How you doing? A friend of mine, Jane from Canada, who I have never met. Hopefully the noise in the background isn't too disturbing. We'll see when I play this back. She asked me, sometimes I do these YouTube things, as you know, of what I write, and I wrote one recently about the brotherly chat, a brotherly chat. So she asked if I could, if I would read it. You can actually read it in an American accent on Medium if you press the listen button, but you have to be on the computer to do that. So I'm just looking at my phone in order to do it here. As you know, I just do these things as they come, so let's hope I get the voices right. A brotherly chat. I sat down for a coffee in a bar, and this is what came. So G is me, if you didn't know. Well, actually, you might be watching this in the Jack Russ channel. So G is an AKA. AKA, yeah, an AKA for me. So let's call me I say, "Hi Jesus." Actually, you were never called that when growing up. What were you called? And then J is Jesus. Says, "It doesn't really matter what I'm called. What is more important is what my life means to you. Just as it does not really matter what you were called, it's what your life means to me." Hey, I didn't see that coming. Where do I start with what your life means to me or mine to you? I hadn't actually thought about what my life means to you. I spent most of my life thinking about what you mean to me. I've looked to your more authentic name, which I believe is Eashoa, which happens to be Aramaic, to ensure I don't have a meaning that is based on what I was told or the books I've read. I tried to have a relationship based on experience, yet I'm aware that is limiting who you are and my experience of who you are. So maybe as I've spent the best part of my life working out what you mean to me, maybe I should hear what I mean to you. Jesus. I know exactly what you mean by that, as I've watched how, since you were conscious, you knew just as you awakened to consciousness that there was more than could just be seen, touched, tasted, heard, and seen. I've said that twice. Yet that which is more could be experienced in all those ways and more. I better read that again because I've interrupted myself. I know exactly what you mean by that, as I watched how, since you were conscious, you knew just as you awakened to consciousness that there was more than could be seen, touched, tasted, and heard. Yet that which is more could be experienced in all those ways and more. Then you heard of me, from which time you've connected. Indeed, you were connecting before you heard, as you reached beyond to the more. You are as if my baby brother who I welcomed into this world. Of course, to the Father you are. Says I. You are? Says he. Are there any more words necessary? You get it. Says I. I get it. Says he. He thinks a lot of you. You are, of course, the Son. In some ways, you bypassed me and went straight to him. It wasn't the way it was supposed to work. You were supposed to stick with me for a bit and then make it to the Father. But once I opened the door, you went straight to him. You knew instinctively he was your Father. You needed little help from me. He kind of gave me the role to keep an eye on you as an older brother, but you already knew who your father was. A little strange for humans, as the whole point of me was to help humans see the Father. I talked about opening the door. Perhaps I was more like a window in which you instantly recognized the Father when you looked at me. Certainly, as a kid, you hung around me, but it wasn't too long before you desired the Father more than a brother. Perhaps this time it's about us getting to know each other as brothers. I have seen how much our Father loves you and has kept his eye on you. When it says he knows you by name, he knows you by your passion. Did you know that is his name for you? Passion. I'm telling you, if you fully knew the love he has for you, you would fear nothing, as it is everything. My story tries to express it, but there are things that stop people from fully knowing it. I've watched the things that stopped you: hurt, hate, anger, politics, fear, ego. Yet I have also watched how in time you have pushed through and discovered the other side. Like with politics, you were so steeped in it that anyone would have wondered what would be the end of you. Yet you were so deep that you broke through to the other side of it. You could have been steeped in regret, in rejection, yet you reached for more, and in reaching you found. When you ask me what you mean to me, I've watched you being born and born again, and each time you break through into a deeper dimension of life, I'm cheering you like nothing you have seen. So passion, I know what I mean to you, but I hope you now know that for as much as you sought to know me and the Father, we were also seeking to know you. I hope that goes okay. There were some distractions. I think people think I've got the camera on the laptop on the bonnet of the car and in a car park, and I think some people think with this headphones this guy is doing some sort of broadcast. Well, I suppose he is, but if only they knew. Anyway, best to you.